Damn it. Damn it. I was so good. I made it 2 whole days. 2 days streak max. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's go back. Lots to go over today. I'll get better at this eventually. Once I get a guy. Or girl. Whatever. 7:30 is PPI inflation data. If I'm right about this, I think this time zone is still displaying incorrectly. I'm not sure how to fix it, but it seemed to happen after we switched over. But so we have PPI, core PPI, initial jobless continuing. A bunch of breakdowns about jobless data. The Mike, the myth, the legend. You guys are awesome. My wife got me this shirt. You know you got a good wife when she says that. You know you got a good wife. Outside of that, though, we have a lot more going on. So the Fed rate cuts. The narrative earlier yesterday was, oh, we're not going to get that many rate cuts. Well, we shot up from 50% to 82% for the likelihood of another cut in December. So I think that's locked in. We're good there. Good to go. It's awesome. Also, at the top, you can choose the time zone. Oh, okay. I'll fix that. Thank you, Andrea. Also, I'm not going to show you, like I said before, I'm not going to show you Tom Lee's work, but I might give you little snippets of it to get a feel for it with the FS Insight. And one thing I wanted to point out today, because a lot of people have been just shitting all over miners the last 24 hours because, oh no, CleanSpark fell 15%. Oh no, the iron fell 12%. Oh no, Mara fell 14%. It's all over. Don't get me wrong, they can fall even more. I posted about that earlier. We'll look at it. But it doesn't fucking matter. They're going to go up and they're going to operate at a high multiple. And Tom Lee, when he's putting down equity proxies for Bitcoin, being Mara, Riot, WGMI, CLSK, Wolf, Iron Cores, BitDeer, Bit Digital, Hut, Hive. I think he should have put Bitfarms on there, but whatever. My whole point, yeah, MicroStrategy was down yesterday too. Everybody's just like losing their fucking minds. It's okay. Okay? If you don't believe me, believe Tom Lee. It's going to be okay. In a second, we're going to be watching Jay Clayton. He's going to be talking about Trump's cabinet positions and then, again, just the economy as a whole and his thoughts on it. Really loving him as of late. Want to get his input. And again, I just want to go back here. Oh, I better like this real quick. Better like this. A couple things. So DLO, that Hail Mary that I did, has turned out really well. It's up 18.5% in pre-market. It looks like it wants to close this daily gap over here. So I'm loving that. That hasn't been a bad deal at all. Also, I said in here, there are daily gaps. We had this, people forget this because a whole day or two passed, but we had wicked upside price action in Bitcoin miners, right? So we still have a gap to fill for Mara in the 20-ish range. We have a gap for CleanSpark in the 14-ish. Can they go that low? Yes. Will they? They don't have to. Iron, Bitfarms already filled their gaps, and Cypher has one down near 570-ish. I just covered the ones I have, right? But keep this in mind. These gaps can be filled. This is Mara. This is Fred Thiel talking about how they're going to have 50 exahash by the end of the year. That's a pretty good deal. Still not the most efficient miner, but not bad. Hut, I think, had pretty decent earnings. And I don't even like Hut. Maybe I'll have to start talking to Sue. She might not talk to me, though. I ignored her responses like 20 fucking times. So maybe I'm not on her list of people to talk to. But yeah, there's a bunch here. I also said, you want to be one of the largest hash rate and Bitcoin held miners in the world because only the biggest fish will, with the highest amount of Bitcoin will survive the next bear. I said, that said, most miners will do really well during the bull euphoria stage. That is the part where they do well, guys. That was the part where they did well at near the end of this last year, beginning of this year. It was when everybody was peak euphoria. Are people peak euphoria on Bitcoin right now? Let's just check. Let's go over here. Let's go to Google Trends. Let's see what we got, guys. How euphoric is everybody right now? How euphoric are all the Bitcoin miners? How euphoric are all the people wanting to buy Bitcoin? Let's see here. What do we got? Let's go back. Probably need a little bit further. Let's go back the last 5 years. So that's actually pretty awesome. That is fucking insane. This is projected, though. This is a projected increase, right? That is insane. If that keeps happening, that's going to be just sweet. But let's go back here. Let's go to the full range, okay? To give you perspective on where we are right now, here's the 2017 bull. Here's the one that got neutered that I think would have went at least this high. Here's where we are right now. This bull market is more bullish than any other in the history of Bitcoin. Now, does that mean we're going to get 13,000% returns? No, there's economies of scale that kick in. But does it mean we're going to have a wicked upside? Does it mean we're going to get to my target of 280,000? I believe that with like a 90% probability. So just remember that. Remember that miners come later in the cycle and that we're bullish as fuck. You guys see this? Tulsi Gabbard? Tulsi Gabbard, after Kamala Harris got her ass whooped by Tulsi Gabbard in the Democratic debate and then later became the vice president, she put Tulsi Gabbard on a secret terror watch list where she would have to be searched and things would happen to her and her husband every time they were flying. Now she's the director of national intelligence. I love that. I love that so much. Trump's favored pick for Treasury Secretary says everything's on the table when asked about Bitcoin strategic reserve. We've got liberals talking about how Vivek and Elon aren't going to be able to do anything to make the government more efficient. Now it takes two of them. How wasteful. Elizabeth Warren made a comment about how it takes two of them, how wasteful. And he said, we're not charging. We're rich. We're doing this for free. Daniel King, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are insane. As far as I know, I think we passed 4,400 already, which I was excited about passing 4,000 yesterday. You guys are insane. Everything's been blowing up. I greatly appreciate you guys. But yeah, so Elon and Vivek will literally be doing live streams every week to update the American people on Doge's progress. Can you imagine how much? There's so much signal here. I feel like I need to scream it from the rooftops, guys. We're getting ready to see the most efficient American government we've seen in maybe 50 fucking years, maybe 70 years. Like, if you don't understand how bullish everything is, wake up. Alejandro says SMCI has officially filed that they won't be able to comply with the 10Q deadline. SMCI is going to get delisted. My friend Couch Investor, he talks about that one. I think he's spot on. I wouldn't invest in that company. We got version 13 coming out for Tesla full self-driving. Oh, I'm so excited. We've got Bitcoin. Look at this. Look at this. This is all these other funds for BlackRock, the most powerful and highest amount of assets under management of any company on earth. And look at their IBIT results for Bitcoin versus their other ETFs launches. Do you see a little pattern? Do you see a little one? If you see the pattern, guys, let me know. I haven't found it yet, so I need a little bit of help. You know how I am. I'm a little slow. Dennis Porter, rumors that I keep hearing, and he's, partially responsible for these rumors, but let's listen. Multiple cabinet picks support strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's not a rumor. That's true. Multiple countries are buying Bitcoin and haven't announced it yet. That's true. 5+ countries are looking to pass Bitcoin reserve laws. He literally told us that the other day because he's seen 5 countries reach out to him about passing legislation. That's not to mention any that might already be doing it. 10+ states will introduce a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's en route too. We know that talk is happening all over the place. There's so much money coming into this space. I hope you can grasp it. Elon Musk talking about how the excessive government spending is what causes inflation. Yes, thank you very much. All government spending is taxation. This is a very important concept to appreciate. It is either direct taxation like income tax, or it's indirect via inflation due to increasing the money supply. Know this shit. Know this. And then again, the miners. So this was evidently a thing. Final Countdown posted this. Love you, dude. But saying, hey, somebody step up and talk about it. So I did. Let's see, did I get any likes? I got a few likes. People seem to appreciate the response. Let's read it. I said, he's like, why are these underperforming when Bitcoin did so well? I said this is a normal part of the process that I talk about all the time. MicroStrategy has and will run first because it's the initial part of the risk curve, or roughly 2 to 3x the underlying. Miners are running later in the cycle like they always do. They'll operate at a 4 to 6x multiplier to the underlying asset of Bitcoin. It's coming. I wouldn't have put $250,000 worth yesterday into the market, mostly into Bitcoin miners. When is Ron Baring speaking about Tesla? I don't know. He's speaking about Tesla today? What the fuck? Let me know, guys. We definitely need to hear that. And we're going to listen to Jay Clayton in a second, too. But ignore the noise, guys. Oh, here's a great one. Jaron Jackson. I thought this was great. So this is the one and maybe only time you'll hear me say, James, Invest Answers, you're wrong. You're wrong, James. And here's why I think you're wrong. You're saying, oh, Iron and CleanSpark are diluting like crazy, and that's a risk. I think that's bullshit because you show Cypher down here. And again, I've got full respect for James. I love the dude. He's amazing on like so many different levels and way better than me on like 90% of it. Okay. But not this. He's wrong on this. He shows Cypher as being good because their dilution is low. Bullshit. I will make this argument. I would much rather have a company diluting their stock and holding their Bitcoin. What did Cypher do? Cypher sold their Bitcoin and didn't dilute stock when they were looking to expand with the energy side of the business. And you know what their stock has done since then? You know why? Because people want to see you being the biggest fucking Bitcoin miner out there. And they want to know you're not retarded and that you're going to hold your Bitcoin and dilute, just like the MicroStrategy play. What is he doing? He's diluting his shares to get more fucking Bitcoin. That works, right? Does anybody here think MicroStrategy is failing? Raise your hand, please. So if it works for them, why the fuck wouldn't it work for miners? Why doesn't it work for miners? It does. You want to be the biggest miner. You want to have the biggest stacks. You want to have the biggest hash rate. Because in the bear, the ones that don't do this are gonna fucking die. And they're gonna be bought out by these other companies if they even care to. Really, they'll be buying out their energy infrastructure because by that time, the miners will probably be outdated. So they'll be scrap metal. So just remember these things. Dilution, okay, when done correctly. And I would argue that Iron and CleanSpark are two good versions of that. I am a little fired up today, just a little bit. I don't want people, I feel like, and so again, let's just scroll down. So Jaron said, oh yeah. So Iron was so bad that it diluted it, but it grew its hash rate by 450 fucking percent. CleanSpark was so bad because they diluted, but what did they do? They grew by 270%. Is that bad? Bitfarms sued. When did that news drop? I don't know, man. People are always suing somebody for something. Is it because the stock price went down? If so, I don't give a shit. I actually haven't had that much coffee, but I should drink some. Drinking the coffee today. New mug. Mara hit $84 in 2021 with the past bull run. Sure, we can get it. Yeah. There's dilution that impacts that too. But Mara, let me see something real quick. Mara market cap over time. Let's just look at Mara here, guys. Let's look at Mara. You guys want to look at Mara? Let's look at Mara. I'll probably go to macro trends because I don't think Y charts lets me look at shit. Y charts, give me some kind of referral thing. Give me your product for free. I will tell people I like it because I do, but I don't want to pay for it. Maybe I'll pay for it. I don't know. What are you guys? I probably should pay for it. You guys are giving me so much money. Maybe I'll just get it. All right. So a couple things. Ignore the price. Pay attention to the market cap. So I would make an argument right now with Mara that, oh, and guys, I got to leave by 9:15. You got to know this. So the market cap used to be $7.54 billion on Mara. Now it's $7 billion. So I think we can surpass that pretty easily. And the reason I say that is because if I look over here at Mara and I look at what they were at for Bitcoin holdings, let's just look at that real quick, right? How much Bitcoin did Mara have in 2021? $200 million. At peak, $400 million. How much do they have now? $1.7 billion. So just in that alone, I'm going to say that they're doing better. And their hash rate has went from being a really pretty good Bitcoin miner to the best on Earth by hash rate. Okay, so there's a number of factors that are a lot more beneficial to them right now than they were in the past. Again, if we just look at 2021 Bitcoin production, well, that looks better, right? And again, let's stick with quarterly. But Bitcoin production 2021 1,259 for a quarter. Right now, still over 2,000. This is after the halving event. So they're almost double from where they were then for Bitcoin production per quarter after the halving, and they're increasing hash rate. So and they're still underneath their previous market cap. So do I think they can go a lot higher? I really do, right? Look at what their hash rate was back here, and then look what it is now. They're the dominant player amongst all of them. So yes, they dilute shares. But this position right now is way better than it was. And also, I said this before, but Bitcoin's price, guys, let's just go back here. I want to squash this Bitcoin miner bullshit that I keep hearing from people. First off, we're positioned underneath right now the .618 fib level. But the amount of power and impulse into this tells me that we're not going to be underneath it for long. So if we drop more today, I'll dump another 6 fucking figures into miners. I don't give a shit. Easily. I'll sell more PayPal to do that. I don't want to sell a huge chunk, but I'll take a little bit, okay? But this is bullish. This is bullish for Bitcoin, what's happening right here, okay? It looks really, really good as far as the price action. I'm trying to remember where I was going with this. I had a point. It was something. Where was I last? Macro trends. Talking about Mara. Okay, yeah. So Mara is going to go up a lot. I actually let's look at what I have for my targets on Mara. And the reason it's going to go up a lot is because the financials will change dramatically. Oh, that's what I was going to do. What I wanted to show you is what I showed yesterday. So where did Bitcoin end? Where did Bitcoin end last quarter, right? Where did Bitcoin end last quarter? So let's go to September right here. So Bitcoin was at 62K. So can we all agree that objectively, can we agree that Bitcoin is 50% fucking higher than it was then? So what happens to all these financials? What happens to all these financials when the underlying assets are 50% higher and the revenue is 50% higher and the halving is behind us? And these are the biggest Bitcoin fucking producers on earth that are publicly traded and private. What do you think happens to the price with the biggest hash rate, biggest Bitcoin stack miners? When the price goes up 50%, what happens when it goes up 100? What happens when it goes up 200%? The halving's behind you, and most of these other miners can't dilute effectively and increase power enough to be able to capitalize at peak bull market. I can tell you Mara won't have that problem because of their aggressive expansion and their huge stack. CleanSpark won't have that problem for sure. They'll be number 2 soon. And Riot's probably going to do all right. Maybe Hut does okay. Maybe I'm wrong about Hut. Maybe that turns out to be a decent play because of their HPC energy shit. I don't know. Maybe. Iron's probably going to do pretty good. And Bitfarm's tiny but expanding like crazy too. I think it does well. I don't know what the lawsuit is. If you guys got a lawsuit details, let me know. I don't get scared by the word lawsuit very often unless it actually has roots to it. But, so let me know. And you know what? Maybe we can just look real quick here. But yeah, so quit bitching about the miners. And here's the last thing I want to hear from you guys. This is the last thing I want to hear from you. Why is my miner down a couple more % than the other fucking miner? I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to answer that question anymore. Unless there's a real reason for it. Otherwise, I'm just going to ignore you. Okay? That's where we're at. All right. Bitfarms lawsuit. All right. Let me see here. Is that clear? Am I making myself clear? I'm not going to say GFU, but, just fucking leave me alone with stupid shit. I'm tired of answering stupid fucking questions. I don't mind questions that are genuine in nature, but I just, for the life of me, please, if you guys could help answer those questions. If anybody, do you see one of those? Just be like, be fine, chill. It's going to be all right. Jesse talks about this all the time. Just watch a video. Shut the fuck up. Just tell them that. All right. Bitfarms lawsuit. Just in, YouTuber BitBoy Crypto says he's dropped. Oh, that's 2022. This is not helpful. I'm not finding it. All right, we'll do this. We can do this other ways. And guys, we got about 14 minutes until we get that economic data. Good times ahead. Very excited about it. Let me see. Is there an actual lawsuit with Bitfarms, or am I literally just wasting my time right now? Let's see here. Wider Q3 loss. Yep, that's fine. That's normal. Loblaw company, Sun Life Financial Securities revised their rating. Yeah, so I'm just wasting my time. Okay, thanks for that. Moving on. Did you speak on DLO? Oh, I did briefly. It's up a shit ton. I'm going to make a bunch of money today. It's kind of fun. Let's look it up. I have not heard the earnings call. I'll probably listen to the earnings call today. Guys, I'm leaving at 9:15 today. I have to leave. I'm giving a friend of mine, my buddy Trevor, a ride to go get his first Tesla. He's very excited about it. So I got to leave a little early today to go do that. And then, but I'll be online. I'll be driving down the interstate. My Tesla, if I die, well, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke. But I'll be in my car, jamming out, listening to YouTube videos, trying to learn as much as I can. And then I'll be back tomorrow roaring at it. So we're only up 17.6% on DLO right now. I don't know how let me see the actual earnings. Let me see. I should have this. Let's use visualstocks.com, guys, with a Z instead of an S for the word visual, okay? People seem to ask about that a lot. Alejandro, when do I start getting some kind of incentive for pitching your shit all the time? I'm kidding. But for real, if you want to. But I'm kidding. I'm also making way too much money. Guys, I'm up. I'm going to stop reporting on this eventually because I think the number is going to get too retarded. But because of you guys, if I maintain the number of viewers that we have or members that we have right now and just grow like a hair, just a couple, I'm at $200,000 a year in revenue from social media right now, including referrals. That blows my mind because I wasn't even making any money on this 8 months ago. Like, really? So, thank you. And you know what? I just thinking about it. Maybe I just get Y charts because they got a great tool. So maybe I just get that too because you guys keep handing out so much money to me that it's probably going to make it to where I can get every tool we ever wanted. So if you guys have really cool tools out there, let me know what they are, and we'll figure this shit out, okay? We'll figure it out. I got to get caught up in chat, too, but let's look at DLO. So Q3 looked great. I mean, it's all looking great. This is a really great... Oh, net revenue retention peaked up. That's better, too. We're starting to see revenue increase like they forecasted for. Net income wasn't super great, but again, whatever, it's getting there. You got to realize, guys, the forward PE is 18.7 on the stock. I think that's great. They have no debt. They have bonds. They have $112 million in bonds. They've got plenty of cash on hand. Their outstanding shares are going down because of buybacks. They think they're undervalued. And their revenues are going to continue to grow, and it looks like EPS estimates look good. I don't think we have, no insider activity. Institutional ownership going down. Not sure why. I don't know if they just had we'll look at that. We'll look at the allocation here in a second, but I'm not sure why. Short interest dropped, though, this last quarter quite a bit. Jesse, I quoted you on X with Paraguay news about Bitfarms noise pollution. Noise pollution? Oh, I don't know, man. I think if Paraguay has some smart people in their government, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up. Have you looked at Bitcoin's price? But I'll take a look at it. I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know why. Again, that's not a lawsuit. But let's go over here. We'll look. Let me find this. If you just quoted me, I should find it somewhere. Any thoughts on entering DLO at market open? I don't know, Metzi. Here we go. Noise pollution in Paraguay. All right, let's look at it. Shits and giggles. I'll look. We still have 10 minutes, 9 minutes almost, guys, until we get our economic data. And we still got to listen to Jay Clayton, so we'll make this. It's in Spanish. Victor, can you summarize? My Spanish is not so good. I could probably use a translation thing, but is there anything actually happening, or is it just a stupid fucking woke news article from some dipshit that doesn't matter? That's my question. Is it just bullshit? Anyway, yeah, so DLO doing good. It's up here right now. It's hard to see from that. And so it's at the top or like the bottom of the huge daily gap. I think that it's going to close that gap. I don't know if it does it today. It doesn't have to. It's already doing really well. But I do think that it can close it fairly quickly. That's another 26%. I think I doubled my stake in DLO, or at least went up a lot. Maybe it was 50%. I don't know. It was a lot. Also, guys, for paying members, and I'm not going to show this to everybody, but I'll show it to you. Paying members, I updated my portfolio allocation. I updated the details on what was happening with the portfolio. And I put like referral links and other stuff in there too. This is where we're sitting right now on our goal to get to 6.5 to 7 million by the beginning of the year. Definitely on pace. If you just look at this, guys, I would argue that I'm like a Bitcoin or Tesla parabolic growth curve, which is why we'll be creating a shirt that says don't bet against Elon or micro to macro. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, lots to talk about. Let's listen to Jay Clayton. I want to hear what he has to say real quick. And then if anybody knows, I'm going to try and get caught up on chat too. So we'll do that too. Here you go. Oh, need some noise. 1 second here. Let's get the man in.
That we might actually be headed into a recession. That things don't, trees don't grow to the
Andrew wants a recession so bad. He's like, we got to have a recession. We can't have Republicans do really well.
Sky, that it's just impossible.
It's a crappy time.
I saw that. Was he talking about the markets or was he talking about the general economy? Because
I think he was talking about the markets.
I think he was talking about the markets.
Because we're 20. No one wants to be president at 23 times earnings. You know what I mean? When you come in, it'd be better. I'd love it at 10 times earnings.
You love.
Hey guys, in case you're waiting for me to look at stocks, not a good look for Jay, by the way. In case you're waiting for me to look at stocks, I might get to them. I don't know. There's a bunch of news I haven't been covering that I want to go over real quickly today. And then again, I got to leave early for my friend Trevor to help him get his car. So it's really going to be focused on economic data, a bunch of news events, and then if we have time, great. But otherwise, I might not get to it, Lessie, just so you know.
Coming in at the bottom, right?
Right. Or if you're going to create jobs after a pandemic, bring it on.
Buy low, sell high.
Sailor too.
But if it demonstrably is a coiled spring, then actually the market should hold.
I mean, I think the market.
My friend is getting a Tesla Model Y, I believe.
Is anticipating
it's already
the uncoiling. The market's way ahead, but we have to uncoil that spring and continue to drive the economy forward. Energy is so important. Tech is so important, and efficiencies.
This is an easy question for you. Will you still be a CNBC contributor in a month?
Hope so. Are you firing me?
No, I'm just wondering whether you have bigger fish to fry or not. You have no idea?
What is that?
I do love you.
Dude, he's going to get an appointment. There's no way Jay doesn't get an appointment. He's too cool. Real quickly, I'm getting caught up on chat. I saw somebody said, what do you think of the Fundstrat subscription? I think it's freaking awesome. I can't show it all to you. Here, you know what I'll do? I'll do this real quick. I'll show you it in just rapid form. This is just Tom Lee's kind of market recap that he does nightly. And then he does a first word report Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then there's a bunch of other data points. I don't know about the crypto one. I don't know. I haven't really paid much attention to it, but I think just the macro one is just amazing. Look at this. Look at all the details. This is a nightly thing. Look at this. He's going over all these different charts, all these data points, telling you what's happening with everything that happened today. People were talking about how they missed my market recap. I think this is fucking great and really concise and good stuff. And I think it's awesome. And this is just one part of it. Again, there's so much data every day. They have new research and data points. They have conference calls with other companies. FS Insight, Q3, daily earnings update. Dollar rally likely to stall out and reverse into December. I haven't even looked at that one yet. That's interesting. Here's something about crypto. Again, the CPI reporting. Like, they do a pretty good job on the daily. It looks like today all we have is this. But again, last night they were publishing stuff at 3:07 p.m., 1:05 p.m., 3:07 p.m., 6:26 p.m., 8 o'clock p.m. this morning at 6:30. I think this is great. I mean, look at it. You get an idea of, okay, here's the earnings that came in. Here's how the companies did last night. I don't know. I think it's great. And if you guys do sign up, please use my pinned profile. Again, I don't know about the crypto part. I can't speak to it. But you can see my referral links down below in the pinned tweet. Sign up under there. And I guess people can't actually see this unless they're members. Oh well, fuck it. I don't care. So only members can do my referral links. That's how that's going to work. But yeah, so if you do it, click that link. I get a discount on my monthly membership, I believe. But I already did the 42 macro one with Darius. Maybe I didn't give it enough time, but man, I just didn't see anything of value. I'm probably going to look at it again because I paid $160 for 1 month. But I would personally 100% approve of Fundstrat and tell people to go to Fundstrat versus the stuff I've already seen. I think there's very few people who I will be like 150 or whatever it is a month is worth it for a subscription for investing. And I don't know how many people can even afford it, but if you can afford it, if you got a lot of money, like you're a millionaire, I don't know why you wouldn't own it. I really don't. And again, like I don't even know how much the referral credit is. And I don't even know if I've gotten any yet. Let's click up here. But I love this. I love it. I think Tom Lee is brilliant. Yeah. So I don't even have anything yet. But I'm sure there's some coming in. Oh no, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch. All right. Oh no. That's just if you get them, what happens for the price. So they got a good referral program, but guys, I love it. Check it out. Sign up for it if you can. It's well worth the money. Let's get back to Jay.
Coming on here.
We do.
Thank you.
You still come on, but it just might not be as a...
Why not? You know, this is
From the lawn.
It's like
From the lawn.
Exactly.
Did I miss all of the Jay? One sec. I just need to go back. I want to make sure I didn't miss Jay. Okay. Did I miss? I must have missed part of it. I feel like... All right. They talked about Vivek. Oh, God dang it. I got to hear this, too. They're talking about Trump's second term. Who is this guy?
Ultimately going to have what role he's had thus far in terms of...
I want to hear about this Department of Government Efficiency stuff. Sorry, guys. Fundstrat usually does a Black Friday sale, guys. If they do a Black Friday sale, I'll probably push their link. So maybe wait to sign up for a Black Friday sale. And the second I see anything like that, I'll throw it out to you. I'll give you my referral link. If they do any kind of discount based upon that too. But if you can get a discount, that's probably the best time to do it. Phenom Group weekly newsletter. Oh, you know what? I love him, and I've never signed up for his newsletter. Seth is my buddy, dude. I love him. You're talking about Seth Golden or whatever? Let me see. You're talking about... Yeah, I forget that all the time. Seth Golden, yeah. Yeah, Phenom Group. Okay, yeah, good call. I should do that just to support him. That's a good call. All right. Or is this a pay-for service, or does he just do it? Does he do this for free? Let me know. I'll look at it later, though. That's a good idea. I like that. Thank you. If you guys have any others, too, I'll try and dig through chat here and figure it out. But I love that so much. I love it. All right, let's keep going. Let's get back. We only have 1 minute. We're going to have to get back here in a second. We need to get to economic data. If this is right. Let me make sure that my timing is right. I'm going to play the video, guys, and then I'm going to figure out that time zone thing. 1 second.
Maybe even being bigger than we know. There was a line in a story yesterday that said he was almost the quote-unquote co-president. How much influence he's going to be able to have in this sort of blue ribbon committee through either executive orders and the like. But then on the flip side, obviously there's going to be a lot of, I imagine, bigger issues that will have to get dealt with by Congress and the Senate and the like.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I look at it as a champion lion and a champion cheetah coming together, right? Elon Musk is, outside of the political arena, probably the most important innovator, creator, manufacturer, product creator. Think if you take Tesla, batteries, satellites, links in your brain, right? I mean, he single-handedly did more than NASA could do in 20 years. So he's thinking in a generation in a way that has to take us from bricks to bits. That's not the president-elect's main area. So in saying we have to move everybody's cheese...
All right, we got the data.
Done, right? How do these...
We got the data. I still haven't fixed the time zone, but whatever. All right, let's look. So PPI, 0.2% came in as normal. Core PPI, 0.3% came in as consensus, but over forecast. Initial jobless claims came in lower than expected. Continuing jobless claims came in line, slightly lower than expected. Core PPI, 3.1%, came in hot, 0.1% higher than consensus. 0.3% higher than forecast. So that number came in hot. That could be seen as a negative today. Jobless claim, 4-week average, 221. PPI individually, ex-food. Ex-food, energy, and trade is 3.5% versus 3.1% forecast. PPI year over year, 2.4 versus 2.2. So this could actually end up lowering the chance of the Fed cut. Not substantially, though. It's probably still at least over 50%. We'll see if anything moves on that. Let's jump over real quickly. I'm interested in hearing that, but I also want to hear what Rick Santelli has to have in case he does a deep dive at all into the numbers, because sometimes they will look. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
Supply.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Rick Santelli here, live on CME HQ with the breaking news of the morning. The cousin, the CPI, we have the wholesale version, PPI for October. Headline number expected up 0.2. Once again, delivers up 0.2. In the rear view mirror.
While we're doing this, I'll pull up the stock.
Zero unchanged would have been, we had 4 of those in 2024 thus far. Popping up 0.2 equals where we were in August. Find a higher number, you go to June.
Let me go to watch list.
0.3. If you strip out food and
still
energy,
do all those.
up 0.3, hotter than expected, hotter than the rear view mirror, up 0.3. That's the warmest since it was up 0.5 in June, equals where we were in August. Now, if we strip out food, energy, and trade, also hotter than expected, up 0.3, in the rear view mirror, up 0.1, hottest since July when it was up 0.4. Now, let's take a step back and do a year over year, a bigger view. 2.4 expected, 2.3 expected, 2.4 warmer than expected. In the rear view mirror, 1.9, which was 1.8. 2.4 is the...
Ooh, the long end of the curve is coming down on the 30. That's fascinating. I'll have to see what TLT is doing today, too.
Third highest reading of the year. To find a higher, you go to June, 2.9. Now, if we strip out food and energy on a year-over-year basis, expected 3%, rear view mirror 2.8. Comes in at 3.5. 3.5, that is, 3.1.
Move index is down, liking that.
And that is hotter than expected. Strip out food, energy, and trade. That's 3.5. 3.5 is the warmest, going all the way back.
Looking toppy on the 2-year.
March of last year. Now, these numbers are definitely warmer. If you look at initial claims, 217,000. That is 4,000 less than 221, which was last week.
It wants to get up, but it can't.
Would be the lightest,
it can't get above the wall.
24, and finally,
it could for a minute.
Claims, they remain above 1.8
but it really
million,
can't
coming
keep
in
it.
Darn close to expectations. 1,873,000, following a slightly revised 1,884,000. We see that yields have picked up a bit. I'm a little surprised, actually, that they haven't picked up more, considering, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much every single
Wire bonds
number
traded?
is hotter
That's a
than
question.
the rear view mirror, and every single
Look at
number
gold losing
outside
again
of the
today.
Headline up 0.2 is higher than expected. We've seen 2-year note yields move from 4.26 to 4.29.
All right, so I'll give you more detailed analysis later, maybe by tomorrow morning in regard to that. It looks like producer prices are slightly higher for inflation than they need to be. I do think some of that's going to get better. Why do I think that's going to get better? China. Why do I think China is going to make it better? Because China has threats of tariffs sitting in front of it. So their exporters are all trying to push through as much shit as they can. Even if people aren't ordering it, they're trying to get it out, okay? They're trying to get it out of the country. And so what I think will happen is that will come out at cheaper prices. They'll be offering deals to get shit out before tariffs kick in. And so you'll see that bring down producer prices, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Where does this come from? I just made that shit up. But I think it's real, and I'm sure I can find a source that says that, okay? That's where it came from. All right. Let me look over here. So gold still falling. What did I say about gold? I said it was going to come down and Bitcoin was going to prosper, as it did. And if I just click over here to Bitcoin, I'm going to say that's still playing out as we sit near 91,000. Just a hair under the .618, guys. Just waiting to break through it. Very excited about what's coming next. All right, let's keep going here, though. So the dollar, I think, is topping. The bond market didn't look bad. I think the 10-year is topping. Let's look at the bond inversion curve with the 2-10-year. Getting a little bit higher, but again, kind of in that range of chop that we've been talking about. Nothing exciting there. How's the Japanese yen carry trade going? The dollar's gaining a little bit of strength. But again, there's this report over here from Fundstrat, this cool little place over here that said something very interesting. And if we hit the back, and I'm not going to go into it because, again, this is his research, and we're not going to go in depth into somebody else's proprietary research, but I will be reading this later and including it in my thought process. The dollar rally likely to stall out and reverse into December. That sounds really fucking cool, because if that ends up happening, then I can deduce, and if they have good reasoning behind it, along with everything I already know, then I could deduce that, maybe the dollar will roll over, which will actually be beneficial to the Japanese yen carry trade so that we don't have to worry about further ramifications there. Kind of a big deal, right? It takes risk off the table. The Chinese yuan against the dollar. The dollar's still creeping up here too. I bet China would love some reprieve, right? If we're going to be increasing tariffs, we should probably at least be weakening our dollar. Let's look at the ruble. The ruble, the dollar against the ruble did start breaking out, guys. Look at that. So, and my projection here was if Trump wins, this will go down. So that's not happening. I need to reevaluate and think about why that isn't happening. But again, if the dollar starts to go down against other currencies, I got to see what the reasoning is from Fundstrat and include that in my narrative. But if that starts to happen, then this shouldn't be as big of a concern either. And again, I think it'll just get better. A lot of pressure will be off of Russia if the Ukrainian war ends. I mean, they might not be building close relationships with Europe, but there'll be some pressure off of them nonetheless. All right, let's keep looking. What's oil up to today, guys? We know gold's rolling over. What's oil doing? It's trying to get back up here, guys. It's trying to fight with all this power that it can, that it's not going to break down out of this, broadening wedge pattern that really is like a shoulder, a head, a shoulder that gets us back into the 50s. It's not going to work. Oil's going down. You can't fight drill, Mr. President. You can't. That guy, he's going to win. He's going to win. He's got control of everything. And you think oil prices are staying high? How fucking retarded are you? How retarded? Can you guys tell me, how retarded do you have to be to think that Donald Trump, the guy who says drill, baby, drill, while dancing back and forth, and says that he's going to lower the price of energy by over 50% in the first year, and he's got a complete mandate and the most brilliant people in the United States behind him to help him accomplish goals, and some of the most efficient, the best entrepreneur on the planet, going back for hundreds, if not 1,000 years. I don't know, man. Like, I think he's going to lower prices. Call me crazy. Again, this equity put call ratio, which it shows insurance, right? When puts are way up here, it means people are scared and they're buying insurance. They usually buy insurance at the wrong time. That's how things work. But down here, nobody's scared. And when that happens, markets go up. And we can see a 3-year, a 3-year, a 3-year, a 2-year. And then again, we're not even into 2 years yet. So we got a lot of life on this decline before people start thinking about buying insurance. That's my take. And I think it would behoove you to have a similar take, personally. All right. What else we got? All right. I think we're good. Mad Money said oil is going to go to the 50s even before Trump was and he's 100% fucking right. I don't know. It could have done that. I mean, again, Democrats, they haven't promoted the narrative. They didn't do that during the election because it probably didn't speak to their base. Probably would have spoke a lot towards swing state voters, though, guys. Anyway, I shouldn't give them advice. But we're still producing more oil than we ever have in the history of this country, and we're the number one oil producer in the world. So it's not like Democrats were anti-oil. Again, they might want to push a bunch of progressive narratives, but they weren't doing it. So they weren't lowering oil production by any means. So it's funny. You short oil on the futures? Nah, I'm not going to short it. I don't give a shit about oil. Maybe I should think about that as a hedge of some kind, like another way. No, because if we have a war, oil can go up. I don't see how it benefits me to short oil. I make way more money being long. So we should invest in stocks related to energy sector? No. No. To be clear, there's two different categories I would consider of energy stocks. The ones that provide service, like an Excel Energy, or I don't even know what all the rest of them are. That's big in the Midwest. They're probably a good thing to invest in that has dividends, but the returns are so low, I don't even know I would focus so much on it unless you're just trying to diversify. But producers of oil, probably not making a lot of money. There might be some government incentives to offset that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that comes out. But the people that provide the service are going to have much better margins from lower prices. So they're interesting. The producers, though, I think would have a tougher market, but I also think the government would try and incentivize them. Tesla, just buy Tesla. Yes, just buy Tesla. It's literally it. Tesla is the energy sector in the future. It's the automation sector. It's the energy sector. It's the transportation sector. It's the human replicator sector. Seems like a big sector, big TAM. If people talk about TAMs, guys, people love acronyms because they don't want you to know what they're saying and they want to sound smart. TAM is just total addressable market. It means how big, like if we took the whole market, how big is it? And that's a pretty important thing to understand when you're investing in stocks, right? Because if something has a massive TAM and you think it's going to be really successful, you're going to make a shit ton of money off of that. If it has a really tiny TAM and they're going to be successful, you might do okay. But is it worth the risk to reward? Like, you got to think about things like this. It's very important. All right, what do we got? 742. What's the market doing? Let's go back. That's what I should be focusing on. What should I be doing? I should be focusing on that. And we could just do it. It's on one of these over here. Let me see. Bitcoin. I talked about so much stuff. You guys get your money's worth over here. So Bitcoin still seems to be holding on pretty good. Let's look at extended hours since markets aren't opening for 45 more minutes. Then we're going to get to news, guys. I'll try and get caught up on chat right now, too. DLO still looking good. MSTX good. MSTU, Iron, Bitfarms. It looks like they've retraced a little bit. But all in all, looks like a pretty decent day for the markets. Again, just a little light on the day so far. What's down? Tesla's down 1.14%. HIMS is down 6.7%. BABA's down 1%. I think anything that went up yesterday is pretty much down. Hey, Jesse. Bitcoin at 90,000 to 270,000 is a 3x. You really do 6x on your top investments? I'll do 10. I'll do 10 or more. My goal is at least $20 to $30 million by the end of next year. And I believe that we're heading in to the best time that America has ever seen. I believe we're actually heading into a golden age that we've never seen before, and that the world might have never seen in history. I mean, that's most likely the case, right? Everything is accelerating for technology and innovation, and they're replicating off of each other. I should say, not replicating, multiplying, but soon replicating with bots everywhere that are really cheap. It's not the Roaring 20s. It'll make the Roaring 20s look like, maybe you should just go back to bed. It's going to be something way beyond that. Musk can't be the president. Yeah, they don't like Africans, evidently. I don't know what the problem is. I'm kidding, but yeah, they won't let him be president. You can't be from another country and be the president of the United States. And he doesn't want to be. Don't you think his purpose is like for other things? This is so much more than the gold rush, guys. You're looking at the greatest time to invest in the history of humanity. That's my take. That's my base that I'm operating off of. So if I have bias, it's going to be more positive. And if you would have asked me if I was this positive a month ago, the answer would have been no, because Donald Trump hadn't been elected yet. But from all the actions I've seen so far, we're going to talk about some of them in a second. It is very exciting what's coming right now. And let's get into it. Let's talk about it. There's so much to talk about. Again, the whole Doge thing and the weekly updates, sick. Here's the EU. I'm a German. 16 years ago, the EU and U.S. economies were neck and neck. Today, the U.S. economy is 50% larger than the entire EU combined. Here's the devastating truth behind Europe's ongoing economic suicide. So where are people going to invest? I can tell you. It's here. It's here. It's this country. That's why Argentina, I think, will be such a great bet with the ARGT, because I don't think it'll go up first. That's why I used it as a source of funds to be able to buy Bitcoin and other things, right? because it's going to lag. It's going to lag because everybody's investing in America right now. Elon talking about college and how there's so much bloat, how prices, total expenses have went up 34.5% for colleges between 1993 and 2007, it said. But it's worse now. But if you look at the total expenses, administrative, instruction, research and service, were all like huge portions of this. And again, instruction, maybe that's the teachers. I don't know the category. But administration, service, some of these things, you could wipe all that out and you could drastically lower the uptick in costs. And now they're going after the endowments. Trump's going to go after the endowments for all the woke DEI initiative bullshit that is illegal and racist bullshit that is illegal, sexist bullshit that is illegal. And they're going to take the endowments of these major universities on all these liberal colleges. They're fucked. Their control over people is gone. Gone. They will be there to teach people, not push agendas anymore. Because if they push agendas for one political side with 90% of them, they'll go out of business. Everything is changing. And then we're going to fire the Department of Education and send it back to the states. Look at this. I'm going to reiterate this. President Trump gives superhuman Elon Musk 530 days to make government efficient. The math wonders what Elon will do with the remaining 502. Elon said it will be done much faster than 530 days. Much faster. There's a bunch of other stuff under the U.S. economy, but we're going to jump into Trump. Trump is the thing right now, okay? He's the thing that's going to be driving everything. The entire narrative for markets is Trump and what is happening right now. Can he fix the Olympics? Yes, I think those will be fixed. I mean, I can tell you we probably won't be competing in retarded things. But maybe he can. I think there's going to be a massive, massive wave of conservatism and just like normalcy, you know, where it's like, okay, individuals can do what they want as long as it doesn't hurt other people. But I don't have to call you a certain fucking pronoun because you decided you're some asymmetric, binary, non-binary, she, him, her, they. Okay? I don't need to know that shit, and I don't need to make sure that I say the right thing or worry about going to prison because that's just stupid. It's stupid, and if you believe that, you're a fucking idiot or incredibly brainwashed, and you should spend more time on X so that you can like open up your brain for something that we call critical thinking. I know they don't teach it in school, but they should. It shouldn't be what you memorize. It should be your ability to analyze and find the fucking truth. That's what it should be. Anyway, Merrick Garland is not a good person, Elon Musk says. What is this about? Oh, what is this about? Well, let's just talk about it. It says it's from Insurrection Barbie. The name says a lot. I should subscribe to her, actually. Biden fired every single attorney in the Department of Justice when he started his term. Installed Merrick Garland, who protected him and his son for 4 years while relentlessly going after Trump's attorneys and Trump supporters. So, first off, I think there are things that need to be answered for what you do to American government and how you go after private citizens. And then how you protect your own son, an obvious coke addict who screws whores all the time. And his laptop was real, and they told you forever it wasn't. So anybody who told you that, if they tell you stuff like that, and you do enough research to understand that they're lying to you on 80% of what they fucking talk about, you shouldn't listen to them, okay? And then again, Tulsi Gabbard, terror watch list, director of national intelligence. I love it. I love it. Elon Musk says government-funded non-governmental organizations is obviously a contradiction in term. They're just an illegal arm of the U.S. government. NGOs, you'll hear about them. Non-governmental organizations are all governmental. It's like they want you to just think they think we're all fools. They think we're fools and that we can't figure out that an NGO means non-governmental organization, but the government pays the bills. We're fixing that. The rise of the millennials. I would say this is the next generation of the Republican Party. I actually think Republicans will be in office for at least 8 to 12 years. Why do I think that? because of what's going to happen in the next 2 and then the next 4. Think about in 4 years when robots are walking around replacing human labor and we have low taxation, we've grown like crazy, everybody's wealthier, inflation isn't controlling their lives, and Elon Musk has butchered 80% of government and made it hella efficient and running for the American people. And then you have people in your party that are 39, 40, 40, 40, 42, 43, young people when compared to the archaic dinosaurs that have been there before. So you have people look and go, damn, they did all this already? And they're not the archaic old party that's trying to censor my speech and take all my money away? Tell me what I can believe. Tell me what I have to say and believe. Fuck them. People are going to say, I'm never voting for them again. Do you know how many independents are going to go to the Republican side? I don't know how good that is in the end. We'll see how well they do, right? If they fight for smaller government, if they fight for no censorship, if they fight to make it to where in the future we have fair elections, if they fight to make sure that governments in the future can't take too much power away from the people, then I think they're going to do really well. My 2 cents. Okay? Let's keep going. Yeah, this is where Trump's talking about going after the endowments. This is insane. There's just so much going on, guys. Lucas, thank you for the $10. Hey, Jesse, I asked you to look at Disney stock about 2 months ago. You recommended a lead play. I took Disney crushed earnings. Yeah, I heard they did good. That's awesome, dude. I'm very happy. Disney, here's the thing, I won't judge you, but I don't like Disney. I don't like what they stand for. I hope they do a better job. It seems like some of their product line isn't DEI woke bullshit all the time. Here's the thing. I don't care if people are gay in a show. I don't care if people are transgender in a fucking show. If every show has to have almost all that, where there's no white guys and everybody's gay or transgender, and you're pitching that to my fucking kids, I don't love it. And sorry, you just gave me $10 and I'm just shitting all over the company. But and so there's certain things I won't do, but I'm happy that you made money off of it. Go spend that money somewhere else. I'm kidding, but seriously. All right, keep going. Thank you for the $10, dude. I really do appreciate it. There's so much more, guys. I can't even. This is the new director of the CIA. This guy right here. Okay,
you need
listen to him.
24/7
I don't need to talk for him. You can listen to him.
declassification office, whatever you want to call it. Transparency, truth, whatever, I don't care.
Oh, they're firing him?
Sits in the White House, reports directly to you, and you take incoming from the United States of America. I want JFK. I want the 9/11 files. I want this. I want that. All the FBI.
Oh, this isn't him.
This is something we didn't
This
cover.
isn't Cash Patel. Anyway, he's got a great speech.
What the
Listen
deep
to it.
state uses the most to
I can pull up
cover
the right
their
guy.
corruption is an illegal application of the classification system. Remember the Lovebirds text from, this is a beauty, the Lovebirds text from FBI, DOJ land, Russiagate, Strzok and Page were texting each other, who they were running.
There are all these things, guys, that we've been lied to about for going on for so fucking long. It's insane. No, it is community noted. Sorry. It's wrong. It's not the right one, but I still want you to hear what he has to say. But we've been lied to so much over time. And if you watch mainstream media like I used to do all the time, you never knew it because you never got the opportunity to hear the other side of the story. It's so important that you hear the other side of the story. There's so much out there.
The Russiagate investigation against Trump. They were the head of the counterintelligence unit at the FBI.
I'm kind of fond of CleanSpark. I think I bought 6 figures in it yesterday or something. I don't know. I spent $250,000 on like a shit ton of Bitcoin related investment miner stuff and then some MSTU. But so, yeah, I like it. I'm fond of it. I talk about it all the time.
And they're having an extramarital affair together. Can't make this stuff up. They're sending each other texts about how much they hate Trump and are going to create an insurance policy to stop Trump. Then we finally find those text messages. You know what the FBI and DOJ do for like a year? Redact them to congressional investigators and congressional men.
They redacted evidence to congressional investigators to prevent them from understanding what was going on. What do you think would have happened if Kamala was elected? Do you think that we would ever have a fair government ever again?
Men and women running the oversight. of their agency. That's just one example. But it gets even better. Here's the deep state full circle. Just last week, do you know what Strzok and Page received from the Department?
MicroStrategy and CleanSpark are amazing entries. They dropped like 15% or something for CleanSpark last night. I mean, it's up a little bit today. I haven't looked at it this very second, but we'll do that in a minute here before open.
Of justice? What?
I've heard about Peanut. I actually posted about Peanut. There's a few Peanuts. There's Peanut, and then we already lost Astra, but Peanut's still on here. I'm making a shirt out of this, by the way. Peanut, it's gonna be good. Anyway, keep going. Over here, where was I? Fucking A. Over here, this thing.
A $1.5 million payout to settle a lawsuit that Strzok and Page brought for the improper disclosure of their personal text messages on FBI phones. And the DOJ just rewarded them. They broke the law. They broke the chain of command. They broke every regulation there is in the FBI. They weaponized the system of justice against a political target they hated. We found those text messages, and we got them declassified finally in full when I became Deputy Director of National Intelligence. And the world has now seen them, and they can read them. And that's the best form of transparency. That's why I want this 24/7 declassification office. Don't have me regurgitate it to you. Read it.
I love that. This is the same kind of transparency that we're going to be seeing from Vivek and Elon Musk with Doge. It's like I love the I love the principle of what he's talking about. And if he's not the one that got appointed, whatever, I don't care. I hope that he's a part of the process because he should be. This is really smart. And again, just know that you're being lied to. And this is why I love X. I love that a community note will pop up for things that are inaccurate, and then you can find the fucking truth. I love that. The border czar is going to crush it. This guy's amazing. I'm not even going over that. Let's go back. There's so much good stuff coming, guys. So many good things coming. So many good Bitcoin things. The cyber cabs going on tour. Do you think all over Europe? Do you think that's going to maybe help the stock price when people realize that? Version 13 is coming out. It says, with the latest release, FSD is using end-to-end neural networks for driving across highways, city streets, parking lots, and is now shipped widely for their hardware for. Highway driving should be smoother, more natural, and even safer than the previous explicit control stack. Check out the driving styles to set speed and lane changes. This is just like, and then 13 is coming supposedly in a week and a half. Very excited. Got my merch last night. The hoodie is so soft. Love it. Oh, you got the hoodie before I got the hoodie. That's cool. We tried to find the best one we could find and the best quality stuff we could find as far as merchants. So I'm really glad to hear that it's nice, man. Elon, greatest entrepreneur of all time. I believe that. He said the hammer of justice is coming yesterday. You got to realize this guy's getting off Trump's planes right and left, guys. He's the president. He's the pseudo president. He's a part of it. He's first buddy, right? Like, that's not a joke. That's real. That's what he is. Jesse, you should watch Matt Core's Market Pre-Open live every day. Or I could do my own. I don't know who Matt... I could take a look and see one of his episodes. But I'll probably stick with my own. Elon Musk physically makes no sense at all. The guy started PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Boring Company, Solar City, OpenAI, XAI, and then bought Twitter and then turned it into X. And now he's restructuring the federal government of the United States in much less than 530 days. He's also a top 20 Diablo player for the entire world. It's like all Asian people, probably from China and Korea and places that are there with him. But what? And people think that he's not going to... Do you really think that the odds are low that he's going to be able to completely transform the United States of America? PayPal Mafia. Have you guys ever looked at the PayPal Mafia? Do you guys know what the PayPal Mafia is? Have you seen it? Have you seen what these people have done? Have you seen who they are? Let's look. The PayPal Mafia. You might not know all these people. You probably know Peter Thiel. Elon Musk. You've probably heard of Reid Hoffman, maybe. There are so many. David Sachs, you see him maybe in the All In podcast. Jason Portnoy. There's so many companies that are associated with this. I don't even know if this is the best one, but there are so many companies that you could randomly pick out of here. It's insane. Reddit, Tumblr, Yelp, YouTube, Yammer, Square, Palantir, SpaceX, Tesla, Facebook, OpenAI. All these people went Stripe, like everything you can think of. All these companies have come from the PayPal mafia. Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twilio. There's just Airbnb. Ever hear of that little place? It's insane, dude. This is insane. This is insane. And these are the people that are in power right now. You got to realize that. The PayPal mafia is very much in power right now. And they look at the great companies they've created. There's so much coming, guys. There's so much coming. I hope you can understand. Herbert said, whoa, big if true. Tesla talking with SAIC and Geely. These are really big EV manufacturers in China about FSD or the robotaxi. Imagine if they get contracts with them. There's a bunch of other stuff. Let's go to the Bitcoin side real quick, and then we'll finish up. I don't know if I'll have time for a lot of stock-related requests, but we might try and do a few here. At least try and get caught up with chat. Let me go down further. So I guess we talked about. Did we get through this list too? I think we did. Maybe somebody's calling me, spam caller. Piss off. Not answering. China just wants to steal the FSD. They can't do that though. It doesn't work that way. It's not easily done. You got to realize that the AI cluster and all the code behind the scenes on it are the important things. And yeah, it's not easy to steal FSD. Thoughts about Tesla robot? They're going to replace every form of human labor that is physical in nature on Earth that people don't want to do for fun. So the total addressable market is every human being on Earth, probably times 3, because you'll want a couple of them. You'll want one to take care of like your resident. You'll probably want 1 or 2 of them too, or at least on average, that people will have for jobs and work. That maybe they're lawn mowing service, and so they'll have a couple of Tesla bots driving the lawnmowers around. And then they'll have like a self-driving Cybertruck that drives the rig around, and they'll talk to each other, and they'll do the work for the grass keeper person, whatever their names are. Okay, so I think that's kind of important and a pretty huge toast. So it'll literally, what did Elon say? It will be the biggest product ever made. Ever made. Times an order of magnitude, maybe? Probably an order of magnitude. It'll be an order of magnitude, potentially more than the best product ever made before. Middle meeting, headphones connected to phone. Lol. Awesome. Love that. All right, I need to get I think we're pretty done with this. Let's I got to hear it. So, a couple things. I need to go back here real quick. There's so many things that have been talked about. What do we got now? AI and Critical Infrastructure, Department of Homeland, Mayorkas. I want to hear Mayorkas squirm. That piece of shit. Who thinks he's going to prison? I do.
Safety and Security Board was chaired by the Secretary of Homeland Security and populated with some of the top CEOs in business, including OpenAI's Sam Altman, Microsoft's Satya.
I think everybody in the crypto space is going to get really rich in the next couple of months. The next week, I think it'll go up, but could it not do that? Yes. The shorter the time frame, the harder for me to tell you that what's going to happen. The longer the time frame, the more accurate I become. And I think by the end of the year, at least by the end of spring, we'll have hit 150,000 on Bitcoin. If that doesn't tell you enough, I can't help you. Oh, and that will be the point where you see miners really explode higher, exponentially higher.
NVIDIA's Jensen Huang joining us right now. First on CNBC is...
Why will they go higher, you asked? Because they'll go higher because the financials will drastically improve from 2 quarters from when you're making revenue per Bitcoin mined of 62,000 to 150. That's why they'll go up a lot. 4 to 6x on average. You heard it here first.
Secretary of Homeland Security, Alexandria Mayorkas. Good morning to you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you for joining us. It's a fascinating effort to try to regulate or at least put some guidelines around where AI is going. At the same time, of course,
this guy is a piece of shit. What a horrible human being. Again, I hope he goes to prison. He deserves to.
of course, this is the
BASB accounting rules kicking at the end of Q4 too. A lot of miners are already using it. MSTR isn't, though. Instant bump in price. DLO, how long are you thinking of holding calls? I just bought them. Well, I mean, I just bought more. I've got 2,450 contracts for the 35 strike for January 2026. I've got enough in there where I'm probably showing on some abnormal option activity report just from the purchases I keep making at DLO. So I don't know what that means, but I bought a lot, and that's a lot of contracts. I'm sitting on $62,000 at DLO. I put in too much into DLO, about $105,000 in total. So I'm down a little bit. I'm down 42%, but I plan on holding them at least until they jump to that gap, right? So let me pull this up real quick, guys. Segue, because I want to see Mayorkas squirm. How much time do I have? 8:07. We still got time. And I'm sorry I'm not super responsive in chat. I'll try and be a little bit better. I got a lot I want to get out, and so I don't want to get distracted too easily. And as you guys might know, judge with my ability to unmute a mic, I can get distracted. Anyway, we're up here right now on DLO at 10:58. We were at 9 last night. I think I wouldn't even be interested in selling till at least 13. I might trim a little bit there, but really, for DLO, I think we're going much, much higher because the fundamentals are good. It's cheaply valued. And again, so maybe sell just a little bit at 13 just to lock in some gains. And then just a little more at 16. And then after that, I'll probably have some options until we get to 45. So I'm selling really slowly because I think these guys could turn out well. And here's the thing. At the very least, I think they're going to 16, and I think that 16 to 24 at the very least. So if you wanted to die a lot of risk, that would be the place to do it, in my opinion. But yeah, we're up here now, and I think in very quick order, we're going another 25%, 27%. I think I can get maybe a 4x or a 5x the options. I haven't looked at the contract, so you'll have to look it up. But it's going to be a lot. It's going to go up a lot really quickly. New price target for MSTR and when to get out. Do I have a new price target? You get out when the underlying tells you to. 150K in spring would be a great time to get out of any leverage that you have. For me, that would be options, a decent amount of miners maybe, and then also like leverage, like MSTU, MSTX, all that stuff. And if the NAV is really high on MSTR, I would probably lighten the load significantly on that too. Just to prepare for some dip. And then you can buy into that dip with a smile on your face. And maybe you don't even buy in aggressively, but you have a bunch of cash, you're feeling good. If the world gets weird, you feel safer. We're going to get a lot more safe, guys, and conservative after spring into the summer. We're going to try and get more balanced. I won't say super conservative, but we'll try and have a really strong hedging strategy for downside price action. We'll try and have some more cash on the sidelines. I would say by the end of spring or when we hit 150,000 in Bitcoin, I would like to at least have 10% cash. I might go higher than that. Because again, we're going to be much more long-term in our thinking as we start to hit key targets. And we're going to try and just create some, again, ability for us to be able to weather a storm that might come. Even though I think that storm could be off a ways, we'll try and find asymmetric opportunities to hedge ourselves as effectively as possible. That's the goal, right? Tommy Davis says, 5 minutes left. Just a reminder for your friend. 5 minutes left. It's 8:10 where I'm at. So I've still got a little bit of time, but I probably am going to call it earlier today. Will you hold any crypto after 150,000? Depending on, yes. Yeah, all my cold storage. And I might still have some minor positions and some MicroStrategy after 150. It won't have the multipliers. Like I said, all that stuff goes away. And I'll sell a decent chunk, but I'll probably still have some. Because I think we're going to 280. So I want to buy any dip we get. If we get a 30% dip, that happens. It might only be like 25 or something now. Whatever. I can find those pretty good on the bottoms. I'll probably buy into that, at least with my tax-advantaged IRA, Roth IRA accounts. And I'll look to multiply to the upside. Because, again, even if I miss the top, I've got a really good strategy that helps me kind of emulate the top in a way by letting the bottom drop where it drops like 35% in a short period of time, usually within a week. And then I can buy that dip hard, knowing that it'll probably go up 50% because that's kind of what the average oscillation would be. And then if the indicators, a bunch of them are flashing and saying that everything is shit and to get the fuck out, I'll get out after that turn, or at least greatly reduce my size so that my downside risk is limited and I get to hold on to a whole bunch of what I made, right? Asymmetric multipliers to the upside early. That's what we've been doing for the last year and a half, right? And then we will reduce those as we get closer to the end, eliminate them completely, lower our position, or start hedging and moving into other investments that are going to be great opportunities a year and a half from now. That's the plan. That's what we're doing for people who don't understand it. We're going to be very thoughtful about what we do. We're not just spewing a bunch of shit here. Yeah, I could take a look at Peloton real quick. Give me a second. If you guys want to stock real quick, throw them out. We'll do it. I feel like I'm pretty efficient on time. Is it really? Or have we really only been doing this like an hour? Yeah, God, it's already 8:12. I hate to say this, but when I ignore you guys, I seem to get through the content quicker. I mean, I don't want to do that because I love talking to you guys. But, all right, Peloton. Does Peloton have an earnings? What do we got here? Earnings. February 6th. It already happened. Okay. So their revenue went down. They made a little bit of money. Just a little baby bit of money. And they got a positive cash flow. Look how horrible their cash flow used to be. They diluted shareholders pretty bad. Their debt went down. Operating expenses have really... they've done a great job with operating expense. Where's their growth? They have no growth. That seems bad. The people that work at the company believe a little bit in the stock. They're buying little bits of insider trading. Institutional ownership grew a decent amount last quarter. They like this. It's probably going to be a steady eddy. It'll probably might even increase. Like, it'll do all right. But here's the thing. And I don't want to belittle this company. They did a great job lowering expenses. They did a great job getting to break even. But if you have no growth, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. They do have a market cap that is 0.4 billion lower than the enterprise value. So again, there's some gaps to close stuff here, but I just don't see why anybody would be interested in this. Me personally, we're talking about so many asymmetric bets where you can just make stupid amounts of money. I just don't see what the asymmetric side should be to a company that can't grow. I don't see it. Again, there might be a little bit of a bounce thing, but I like start with great fundamentals, right? That's where I like to start. CleanSpark. Yeah, we can look at CleanSpark. Could you check this asymmetric bet? Could I check? Yeah, sure. 18% in pre-market for DLO. I'm gonna make so much fucking money. So I like this. I like this right here for CleanSpark. It's a weird position. I talked about this earlier, how there's a gap over here on the daily. So if anything gets weird, could we go to $14 just to hear like the high 13s and close that gap? Yes, we could. We could totally do that. I don't think we're going to. I think this is the base, as it has been many times, as support. And if we don't have another bad day today, I could see CleanSpark going a lot higher. It's up 1% right now in pre-market. And again, we're at the breakout zone, guys. If you look, resistance, couldn't get above this, resistance. And now, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to trend back up. And what we're doing now, I would argue, maybe we stay here for a day or two on Bitcoin and take a breather, maybe between now and Monday. And then what are we going to have? I think we're going to have the biggest fucking cup and handle I've ever seen in my life. And conservatively, I think the price action for this stock will look something like $38 to $42 by the end of spring. That's what I think is coming. I'll make a lot of money off of this. I'll make another 200% off the money I already have, and I think I already have a lot. CleanSpark, I have $550,000 before the market opens. That was after getting crushed yesterday. So I'm going to say 650 maybe this morning, or 600 when we start off. So I got a lot in there, and I'll appreciate that 200% gain that I get, 250% gain. I'll take that. Flux is up 10 pre-market. What the flux? Is there good news on Flux? Have people been fluxing around? I'm so many bad dad jokes. Even my daughter makes fun of me. She's 10. It's really sad. Yeah, so DLO and Flux are the winners, guys. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny? DLO's up 20%. I'm sorry. These are my member videos. If you want to know why I didn't make more member videos, I made them about Flux and DLO. And then after that, they just shit the bed. So I was a little gun shy. If these do good, maybe I'll start making some more member videos about investments I really like. But you just got to remember, when I look at these things, guys, I'm looking at long-term capabilities. I'm not looking at the short term, and I'm willing to buy into them. So we'll see how they do. But again, just understand, I'm not perfect. Not perfect. I like to think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, we'll do more ticker lookups now. But yeah, this looks great, guys. DLO's up 20%. We're going to make so much money. Let's see, what else do you guys have in here? Piton, Bitcoin, CleanSpark, NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA. Good choice. Good choice, brother. Or sister. Didn't look. NVDA. All right. And thank you to everybody here. If you can hit the like, great. All right, so we're grinding. Oh, this looks, from a technical standpoint, guys, this is a thing of glory. We're grinding. Look at this. We're struggling to get above this fib line. Grinding at it. I think we're going to break higher. I think the next step is up into the 168, 69 range. How high is that? Let's just take a look here. And I still have to update all my charts in Discord, guys. I got to do all that work. I did figure out that I can broadcast things to you in Discord by saying the everyone. So if you're not subscribed to a channel and I want to get a message out to all of you like I did when I updated my portfolio, I'm going to do that now. So the trades and the portfolios, I will broadcast that message so that you see it no matter what. If you have notifications turned on, you'll at least get one, even if you're not like subscribe to the channel or whatever. Hopefully it'll put it in front of you in a dramatic way. But yeah, so I think 15% upside in NVIDIA. And I think that's coming. I think it'll come probably by spring. Sometime in spring, early spring. Maybe by the end of the year. All right, Honest. Yeah, we can do that. Let me save this one real quick. So the chart is updated in the Discord now, guys. I'm trying to do that more. So when I update these things, I'm getting better at saving them. So that when you go into the Discord and you pull up the chart, it will be updated and look nice. So I kind of love in pre-market that Honest Company is up a lot. Oh, Jesus. 25% gains yesterday. 9.65 today. Wow. What did the financials look like on this one? Wow. Did I say good things about this or bad things? I'm guessing I would have said good if it's up a lot, but I don't know. This is weird, though. There's a whole bunch of stuff missing here. Oh, they do have revenue going up. They're looking at profitability. If that happens, that's good. Maybe that's what is happening. I don't know. But this is weird. Why are these blank? Why are these blank? Can anybody tell me? Oh, they just didn't break it down by category. They're not always giving. That's weird. But the revenue is good. And again, they made some money and they had their best free cash flow ever. At least on here. They diluted shareholders again. They dropped G&A a lot. So they're making their expenses better. Their PE is 381. Wow. Hey, Jesse, can you have a direct link to the Discord somewhere? Try typing. I probably need to put it in YouTube too. It's hard, man. I have it pinned under my profile on X, or under the pinned tweet on X, I also, or at least I think I do. Shit, maybe I didn't do that. I'll do that next time. I do have it under my description on X, under more, and then I routinely put it in here. I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll make sure that it's in my future portfolio allocations, and I have it under the more category there too. I'll put it everywhere. I can put it, but there you go. There it is. All right. Oh, is it on YouTube under my profile? Okay, good. I thought I did it. I just couldn't remember. Somebody wanted to talk about Grab. We can do that. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any of them. So Grab, the financials look good. And I know everybody says they're big, but then I heard that there was another company that was my competitor to them that was going to be coming into the market. And I don't know the Southeast Asian DoorDash / Uber equivalent. I don't know them well. I know that this looks good as far as revenue. It looks good as far as net income. It looks good as far as free cash flow and just growth metrics. 16% year-over-year revenue growth is not bad. The forward PE says 1,293. That seems scary. That could change dramatically, though, because they are just becoming positive with cash flow. So some of these metrics could get a lot better. I do love the operating expense stuff, the revenue versus expenses. It's just not, here's the thing I don't like. It's not cheap. It's not cheap right now. People know about it. They know it's great. They've invested in it, I think, a lot. So I don't think it's cheap. And if we look at the stock and just pull that up real quick, I think we'll get some clarification from that on this side as well. And honest, sorry, I didn't really complete the thought, but the next level on the fib is going to be 798. 798 for honest, guys. Let's go to Grab. You guys got to watch CNBC right now. They're talking about Trump and Elon Musk incessantly. That's probably, they're going to have a negative spin, but you need to think about the positives of what are happening. So the Grab is at the current, like the next fib level, right? Is that the .618? No, it's well above it, but it's at the 1. So it's basically, it's the complete retracement. Like you've oscillated halfway back. That's kind of what it is, okay? The next way would be 2. And 2 would get us towards the, or I'm sorry, the big one would be 13-ish, right? But then 1.618 is going to be 7. So these are your next markers. You're going to get above 480 potentially, or maybe you reject here. Maybe this thing actually does cool off. The fundamentals are going to be incredibly impactful. If this company can't grow hard and have really positive net income, we'll probably get a retracement and test back down to the .168 or the .618, which is at 392. So that could give you a pretty big drop. At 392, it might be more interesting, but I'd have to look at the financials again, okay? That's my thought there. Is one better than the other between Mara and CleanSpark? I own them both. I own them. I own Iron. I own Bitfarms. I own a little bit of Cypher, very small amount, and I own MicroStrategy. Why not just get the basket? Why don't people get baskets? Then you don't have to pay attention to, oh, did I get the perfect miner? It doesn't matter. You'll get really great returns and make tons of money, and you're diversified away from some of the risk, right? You don't have single company risk. So why not just own a bunch of them? D-Fresh, but they're at the same price or lower than Bitcoin was at 65. Yeah, that's because the prices are different than the market cap because you have a concept of called share dilution. Share dilution can make it to where the price still looks really cheap, but the market cap is close to where it was before because that's the amount of money that's in it. But you also have to include dynamics like short interest and how much people are shorting against things, and the massive rapid change of financial statements and forward guidance and earnings when you have something go from 62,000 to 150 in a period of 2 quarters or less. Okay? So lots to think about there. It's there's weights to everything, guys. You got to understand what they mean. You got to understand what they are. If you don't, you don't know what the future is, or at least the highest probability future. And if you have a concept of the highest probability future and the second most highest probability and the third, then you can make really good educated guesses based on risk modeling. Okay. West Coast Kin, QUBT, pure FOMO or legit? I mean, I can't tell you that. I can look at their financials. That might give you an indication of if they're bullshit. pretty quickly. This is quantum computing. Of course, quantum computing is a thing. Let's see. They've got revenue. They made $100,000 last quarter. I mean, soon I'll be making more than that. So is this a legit company? I'm going to say no. They had one net income loss of $424 million. Is that right? All they do is burn money. Their free cash flow is, outside of this one insane quarter, they're burning $4.5 million a quarter, and they're making $100,000, less than $200,000 that quarter. $27,000 this quarter. Yeah. Do you think that's legit? Do you think a company that makes $27,000 in a quarter is legit? I don't. Done with that one. All right, Daniel Dibb. I was thinking more on the fundamental side. I'm not sure which one, or that was Marilee, sorry. I don't know which one we were looking at, though, sorry. Proven B, X glitch notifying of sub post. Okay, not sure what that means. BD, Discord at everyone has been a big help. Cool, I'm glad to hear it, BD. Trying to get in there more myself. I got a lot of work to do on it. And then the architect has a lot of work he's going to do too. And then the wife is just awesome. She does her job making sure that I'm abreast of things that need to be done. Bacon emoji, be careful with Discord. You can get your session taken by clicking an image. If you have cold storage, you're all good. Yeah, I mean, don't share confidential information in Discord. William H. Coin. Yeah, we can look at Coin. I think MSTR is a better option than Coin. That's pretty much what I'll say. I can look at the financials on it. They will have some of those same benefits. I don't even know if they have a Bitcoin stack, though. But again, they're going to see revenue increases. I don't even like looking at Coin. Can I just not look at Coin? Can I not look at Coin and just pass? I think the company's going to do good. They don't make as much money for their asset under custody thing with the ETFs as you would love. Their trading volume will be good, but I think now with what Robinhood's doing, they'll be stealing some of that from them. I'm not I don't love Coin, even though I do love Brian Armstrong and what he's done for Bitcoin in the crypto industry. It's not my favorite play. I'd rather be in miners. I'd rather be in MSTR. I'd rather be in Robinhood. So if I can, I'm just going to say I don't really care about Coinbase. If you need to look and see price targets and stuff, I could pull that up, but I don't really care otherwise. Freedom Options, PAGS, 7 PE, and long bottom on the technicals. PAGS, that's one that I needed to pay more attention to. I'm starting to get more money than I need, so I need to look at these European, Brazilian, or I'm sorry, not European, Brazilian, Latinx type plays and see what they're good for. And this is Singapore. Is this Singapore? No, this is Spain. No, wait, where is this? Sao Paulo? Where is this? I never get this right. Where is this company? 1.32, it says for forward PE. Current PE is 7.98. Cash flow was really horrible. Can somebody tell me why they burned $1 billion last quarter? Can somebody tell me that? If I can understand that. And their debt just exploded higher. There's some things that just keep me away from this. Their short interest isn't super high, though, but their institutional ownership is in decline. I don't have any insider activity. I have slightly higher revenue, slightly higher EPS, slightly higher EBIT. Operating leverage looks beautiful, but there's just some things I don't understand. Why did cash flow plummet? I don't know. Is this one in the Discord? If this one's in the Discord, can you guys answer some of these questions? It's in Brazil. Brazil. I don't love Brazil. I think Brazil has made some really bad, dictatorial, horrible decisions that's hurting their economy. Could this be a bounce play? I don't know. Can you tell me why they lost so much money last quarter? Why was their free cash flow almost negative $1 billion? If you can tell me that, the math is too good, and I get worried when it's too good. But if you can give me an idea. Brian Denali, any thoughts on memes like Doge or Pepe? I mean, it's stupid fucking frogs and dogs. I can't give you much more. I really wish I would have got involved in Peanut. I feel Peanut was kind of like Haktua Girl. It's going to be great short-term opportunity, but maybe not up 1,400% in a week. You know what I'm saying? It's Visual Stocks. Yes, Visual Stocks. Visual Stocks with a Z. Yeah, visual. Here, I'll actually just put the link so you have. It's my buddy Alejandro's. He's a great dude. He bounces around between Argentina and all around Latin America, South America, I should say. All right, thanks, Victor. I think he does have a free version, and then you pay for it's a really great price, dude. It's so cheap. But there's a free version too where you get a lot, but then obviously he's going to try and get you to pay for better stuff. And I don't remember what all of it is. It's probably like you get delayed, like much more delayed information with the free version. But yeah, these dogs and shit, I don't know, man. Like they're garbage. Doge might not be total garbage though. And it's got Elon Musk talking about it being funny if it was the next world reserve currency. And then he just created a department called Doge. So I wouldn't discount the Doge, yo. Yeah, SMCI, what a sad, sad story. Dong, dong, dong. That makes me think about the Thong song. Anyone remember that one? God, some weird music in the past. All right, Doge is just a rocket ship to the moon. Congratulations to all holders. I've got some Doge. I don't have a huge amount, but I got some. It's been up 400% since September 30th. So in 6 weeks, people have made 400% on Doge. I wouldn't chase it. DLO is up 26%. Are you kidding me? I'm going to make so much. Yeah, boy, Jesse, going to make so much money. Oh, we're open. I just totally missed the opening thing. Let's go back. We'll hear the sound, and then we're going to start looking at the opening bell, guys.
Again, like in one diseases. Does anyone really know
there you
what
go.
they're
Let's
doing?
look.
Did they listen to the call? Did they watch Chuck? It was very bullish. The stock was up 30%.
27%.
But this was the most effusive he's been, and it was enjoyable to hear him.
I'm going to make like 60 to 100,000 on DLO today, yo.
Fairly hot. Yes,
Today.
I think Chuck
Six
did a
figures.
remarkable job. He inherited a company. It's taken a long time.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
Almost 60% of their business being.
All right, guys, I'm probably going to leave early. I still need to get. No, I didn't. It's 8:30 my time. I'm Central Time. I'm going to go, guys. So we'll make this a shorter one.
I think people should recognize that AI.
I think today is going to be a positive day. Let me just recap here. There's amazing things happening in the United States of America. I hope you understand how great this country is and the opportunity that affords it. That is afforded to us because of the current world reserve status that we have, who we are, the position we're in. Things are going to get amazingly better in the future. Realize that Bitcoin miners are going to have their day. I'm not steering you wrong, guys. I was a Bitcoin miner. I had a warehouse. I had ASICs for Bitcoin, Litecoin, shit you've never even heard about. I had video cards running on 14 different motherboard setups with anywhere from 6 to 12 graphics cards on them. So I've done this stuff. I've lived it and I breathed it. And I know the industry really well. And I'm great at pattern recognition and analytics, in case you haven't understood that yet. I know this stuff, okay? So I won't say trust me, bro, but do your research and listen to what I'm saying and make sure you understand it, okay? And listen to other people too, but give different weights to different people because they deserve them, okay? Pay attention to people that are really brilliant, like James and Best Answers. Pay attention to Tom Lee. Pay attention to Michael Howell. Realize they're not infallible. Is that the right word? They can make mistakes and be wrong, just like I can be. But try and find people that give you signal and not noise. Try and find people that can give you opportunity, and you'll make tons of money. And I love you guys, and I hope you guys bought the dip when I did yesterday, because my MSTU is up almost 11% today, and I think my Mara's up 5%. And yeah, all of them are going to go up, guys. Everything's going to go up. Everything's going to go up so much. You won't care. The only thing you'll care about is that you weren't in it enough. That you'll care about. But if you've done everything else well, it's a member video, Victor. It's a member video. You can find it if you're a member on YouTube. So you have to pay at least $2 a month for the starter pack new, and you can be a member on YouTube. Okay? But yeah, guys, I think this is it today. I'm going to make a lot of money. I don't even think I'm going to sell DLO today. I'm just going to hang out and see how things go. So if I sell anything, though, I'll let you know. Again, guys, if you're subbed on X or you're subbed on Discord, you get my daily trades. Like shortly after I do them, I might miss a couple every once in a while, but I do a summary at the end of the day. So even if I miss a post for some reason, because I thought I put it in one place versus another, thank you, MBB, for becoming a member. You could still, find the summary at the end of the day, okay? And I'm going to try and do better at updating the portfolio. I can't promise daily, but I'm going to try. I'm trying to really amp up over this next year because this is the time when you guys are going to need me the most. And so I will be there for you, I promise you. I might not be making as many videos and people might be bummed about not having a market recap, but I promise you I'm putting that time and effort into things that are going to help us be directionally right in the future and spot the big picture. And we want the macro to be our guide. And so if we're not doing that, we're failing. And we're not living our best lives and making the most amount of money. So that's where my focus will have to be. But again, I love you guys. Let's do it again tomorrow. And I gotta clean up and get ready for a road trip all day today. It's a good thing my car drives itself. Peace out. Love ya. Let's go back here. I think. There's James and the crew. I want to go back though. I know I play this all the time, but this is the narrative, and it's why it's here. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye. 1 second. Not this one. This one. No, damn it. It went away. All right. I'm not going out like that. Trump. Rap.
Let me ride that rocket.
All right. We're finding this. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're back.
I got love for every nation. I got love for all races. I got love for all religions. Got love for so many places. No love for a politician, a congressman, or a senator. If the country that they put in first ain't the United States of America. No love for these politicians with corporate interests in other countries. Only one that I serve is God. I don't serve man, I don't serve money. No love for the people living in the USA, but always hating it. Got a lot I probably shouldn't say to y'all. Matter of fact, I'll just pray on it. I'm pro-life, pro-God, pro-gun, not ashamed of it. Yo, worshiping military, killing babies, mutilating children, yelling Satanists. Supporting the troops in their tour doesn't mean that you're supporting the war. Supporting the freedoms that they fighting for doesn't mean that you're supporting the gore. Supporting the country I live in and loving it doesn't mean blindly supporting the government. The world that we live in is trouble. They turn off the media. We should defund it. Supporting America for other nations does not make me a racist. If you like communism so much, I'll pay for your vacation. America first, the people are hurt. Got vets in the street with nothing to eat and nowhere to work. Sending our dollars overseas and funding these wars. No love for these politicians if they're not America first. America first. This country's protect their borders. It's not a controversial subject. I say cause the southern border, it seems to get people upset. I don't care what names you call me. We in $40 trillion of debt. Uncle Sam takes half your money, then you get a little refund check. I am America first. Kamala cares a better purse. I never sell out to people to raise my net worth. The Second Amendment is there to always protect my first. I'm a better rapper than Meg Thee Stallion, and I don't even have to curse. Let's keep the American dream alive and put an end to all the lies. BLM raised billions, and what did they do for black lives? Politicians promise you the whole world, then they backslide. What happened to Hunter's laptop? You know I'm most strapped up. Gun rights are human rights. Feminists been sold a lie. You can mess around and find out. Play stupid games with a stupid prize. God bless the whole USA, even the ones you hate me. Still fighting for you today, and no globalist paid me. America first, the people are hurt. Got vets in the street with nothing to eat and nowhere to work. Sending our dollars overseas and funding these wars. No love for these politicians if they're not America first.